I just wanted to take a drink out of my Teacher of the Decade cup. Just wanted to be able to do that. Anyways, today we're going to do a little bit of questions about points, lines, and planes, but we're going to direct them towards drawing and labeling figures, okay? So we're going to do two problems. Our first problem is a line in a coordinate plane containing point A, 0, -5, and B, 3, 1, and a point C that is not collinear with segment AB. All right, so what we have to do is we have to break that down because that's a lot of stuff. So the first thing I know that I need to do is I need to draw a line, okay? So we're going to have to draw a line. We know that it has to be in the coordinate plane, which is interesting, okay? Which we should know a little bit about that already. We have a point, which is A. We have another point that's B. We know we need to conclude C, but C cannot be collinear, okay, with the segment AB. That's interesting. All right, so first thing we need to do, I think, is we need to draw a coordinate plane. So, I mean, you don't have to get any graph paper and do anything like that. You just need to draw a makeshift coordinate plane, really. We know we need at least, I guess, 5 tick marks because we have some 5s up there. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Make some tick marks. As I'm doing this, and you're doing it too, I need you to think about the coordinate plane. We have the x and the y-axis, right? The x tells us that we're going to go right or left, and the y tells us we're going to go up or down. We're going to plot point A. It's going to be 0, -5, so that just basically means I'm going to go down 5 units and put a dot. And we're going to just label that dot A. Point B is located at 3, 1, so we're going to go over 3 and then up 1, and we're going to put a dot. And that's going to be point B. And then we're going to connect those, making a line, because it says we wanted a line that contained those. All right, so we've taken care of the first part. The second part says that we need to put a point C that's not collinear. Well, man, all that means is we can't put C on this line at all, okay? It can't be on a line. So I'm going to go ahead and just put it anywhere I want to, not on a line. And I'm just going to plop it right here. I'm going to call that point C. So this is where, when you're doing the problems, they could be a little bit different than maybe your friends or somewhere else's, because there's many different ways to do this problem. You could have put C anywhere on this graph as long as it wasn't on that line, or it wouldn't have been on that line at all. Okay, so that's our first problem. Let's go ahead and look at another one. All right, our second problem, we're going to draw and label another figure that has plane Z. It's going to contain lines X, Y, and W. Lines X and Y intersect at point V, and lines X and W intersect at point P. All right, so I know that I need a plane Z. Like, that's where we're going to start. That's my starting point. I need 3 lines, right? I need lines X, Y, and W. We have line X and Y that actually intersect at point V, and we have lines X and W that intersect at point P. All right, so we know that we're starting with a plane, and that plane's name is Z. So usually when you draw planes, you just draw like a parallelogram or just a makeshift parallelogram. And we're labeling it Z, so we're going to put that in the bottom right-hand corner. But really, any corner you want to put that in, you can. And so we're just going to call that plane Z. Now we know we need lines X, Y, and W, but there are certain conditions that these have to go with. You have to be able to intersect a couple of them. So we got to cross them. So the thing that I would do is I would just kind of break it down. We know that X and Y have to intersect. So I'm just going to draw a line in here, and I'm going to label it X. And then I'm going to cross another line with it. And I'm going to label that Y, because we know they're supposed to intersect. And where are they supposed to intersect? Well, they're supposed to intersect at point V. So the way that this could be difficult for you is because you can really put these lines anywhere as long as they're located inside of plane Z. Okay, they don't have to be exactly where I'm putting them. But I'm just going to write that point V is that intersection. Okay? All right, now, we've taken care of pretty much all of this. The last part is that we need line X and W to intersect at point P. So we have line X already up there, so we're not going to draw it again. Now we just need to have another line named W that intersects X somewhere. And so it can intersect it anywhere, really. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to intersect a line here. Now make sure you're putting arrows on the end of that, because that's a line. That's going to denote that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put another dot and show that that intersection is point P. Alright, so point P is located at that intersection, and so we have one way that we could do this, but there are many different ways you can do these. Just don't get so frustrated when you do problems like this, because 9 chances out of 10 you probably got it right. You just don't have it the same as somebody else. Take care.